All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to DuePoint. Good afternoon to everyone around South Africa, wherever you may be, streaming into our presentation. My name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. I'm going to be spending a short, sharp 35 minutes with you as we go through what this business called DuePoint is all about. If you have any questions, reserve those until after the presentation. I'm sure you're being hosted by someone at lunchtime. And you will be asking them any questions that you might have after the presentation. If you still have other questions that you want to ask, you are very welcome to come speak to me or just post your question onto the live chat if you're on the live stream, or phone client service. We will answer any questions that you might have. All right, so let's begin. As you can see, we're a division of a company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. There you can see in the very small writing, that's Constantia's logo over there. Constantia is a registered insurance company. We have been in business for nearly 70 years, so we are a very well-established insurance company in South Africa. But DuePoint as a division was formed only 3.5 years ago. So in 2016, in February 2016, DuePoint was formed when a number of factors and aspirations came together for the founders of this business. Number one are economic and risk factors. This is mostly from your point of view, because you're watching this presentation with one thing in mind. And what is that one thing? You want to make extra cash, right? And that is born out of the risk that we are posed with today. You wouldn't be here, you wouldn't be looking for anything extra if you didn't need to. Our business has been born out of necessity. If your jobs, whether you have a job or not, whether you're retired or not, but if your job was the answer to all the problems in our financial situation, you wouldn't be looking for anything extra. If we got an increase every single year, 10, 15% in line with inflation, people wouldn't be looking for anything extra. If you retired happy, with money saved up in this great investment, you wouldn't be here today. But that's not the circumstance that we find ourselves in. And so our business has been born out of necessity to mitigate a lot of the risk that we find ourselves facing. And what we've done is we've created this opportunity of social entrepreneurship for you as members of the public to come and partner with us as a business to help us grow this business, to help us grow what we call channels of distribution. And if you can help us build DuePoint in South Africa, there is a lot of benefit waiting for you here at DuePoint. And so your mandate becomes to go out and tell people about DuePoint. That's all you have to do, is just connect people to our business. Tell them about it. It's like going to a good movie or a good restaurant. You will tell people about it, right? And so that becomes your only mandate. The benefit that you get to share in when you engage in the DuePoint system is, number one, you get to create additional income for yourself. Not once-off income, not activity-based income, but you get to create what we call recurring income. Because one of the beautiful things about insurance companies is that we have something called a book value. And a book value is what generates recurring or annuity income for insurance companies every single month. I can very accurately predict how much money we're going to bring in next month. Why? Because we have a book value. We create recurring income. You get to share in that benefit. What that does is it gets rid of a lot of the risk. If you're employed, you have to work 8 hours a day. Your contract will tell you what time you start, what time you end work, whether you're allowed a tea break, whether you're allowed a lunch break, how much leave you get. If you get sick, how many days leave you get every single year, right? That's called activity-based income. If anything threatens your ability to go to work, well, then your income is threatened. Your livelihood is threatened. If you run out of sick days and you're still sick, what is your boss going to say? Ugh, shame, I'll keep paying you until you feel better. No, your income ends. If your company goes through duress and they have to retrench, your income ends. When you get to retirement age and your company says you're too old to add any value to this business anymore, and they retire you, your income ends. Your livelihood is threatened because we are dependent on activity-based income. But here at DuePoint, that's not the case. We create recurring income. It is a very powerful form of income. It is the way that we create wealth. You create wealth not through activity-based income. It's through being able to create assets, a channel of distribution that pays you out every single month. You get to enjoy the power of duplication here at DuePoint. You have the opportunity to build a team around you that can help you build this thing called a channel of distribution. If you can build a team around you, your growth of your income, of your channel of distribution can be exponential, right? And so you want to build a team around you. You want to benefit out of that feature here at DuePoint as much as possible. Our business is extremely flexible in the fact that we've engaged and invested a lot of money in technology that allows you to build a channel of distribution anywhere in the country at any time of the day. You want to connect someone in Cape Town this afternoon? You can do it on your mobile phone. We've got a mobile app that allows you to build your channel anywhere in this country at any time of the day, right? So the business becomes very flexible. There's no startup capital. We've designed this business to have a very low barrier to entry. That means it is easy to get involved in DuePoint. Why? Because you're free to consider this business without fear of losing anything. If you're involved in entrepreneurship, has anyone tried to start their own business or run a business? You will very quickly realize that it is fraught with risk because it's generally very expensive and extremely time consuming. But here at DuePoint, we've designed this opportunity to have very little risk. There are no starter fees. There's no registration kits. There's no boxes of product that you have to buy. There's very little risk involved in this business. At the same time, there's no qualifications or experience requirements. We've tried to make this business accessible to everybody in South Africa. And then for me, probably the most important feature is that you get to build an asset, a channel of distribution that you have ownership over. Who has ownership in the companies they work for? Do you get a dividend check every quarter? If the company does well, does your salary suddenly increase? If the company doubles in turnover, does your salary double? Right? So we don't get to share in the upside of the companies that we work for. But we will spend 8 hours a day for 45 years working for somebody else. And what do South Africans have to show for it when they get to retirement? Who's happily retired? Lots of money in the bank, great investments, annuity income coming in all the time. Less than 5% of our population can afford to retire. So why would we dedicate our lives working for somebody else when we have so little to show for it at the end of the day? Start investing your time into a business that allows you to create an asset that you own. Why? Because when you own the asset, it doesn't retrench you. It doesn't retire you. It doesn't stop paying you when you get to 60, 65. It doesn't disappear when you die. An asset doesn't disappear into thin air upon your death. You get to create legacy here at DuePoint. You get to create wealth. You get to pass that wealth on to your beneficiaries, to your spouse, to your children. And that's why I'm hoping people will be happy to sacrifice time building something, a channel of distribution that pays them every single month, regardless of activity, and they've got something to show for it when they get to retirement and eventually when they die one day. And then finally, there's absolutely no selling involved in our business. There is no selling involved in our business. We're not asking anyone to go out and sell anything. That is my job. It's my website's job. It's Brendan's job. Your job, your mandate is strictly to go out and connect people to the business opportunity. And that's what people are hungry for in South Africa. Opportunity. Opportunity. But it becomes your job to present them with something they can trust, something that's credible. Because there are many things out there called business opportunities, weakly veiled by incentives, right, with zero credibility behind them. But that's not DuePoint. DuePoint's an extremely credible business, and I'll touch on that towards the end of the presentation. Your job is to go out and just connect people. At the same time, our products here at DuePoint are financial in nature. It means they're intangible. That's why I said no one's going home with boxes today. Did you bring a bucky today? Are you going home with products today that you have to sell this weekend? No. This business is very simple and easy to conduct. But your success is very much dependent on your ability to build a channel of distribution. So I'm going to show you what a channel of distribution looks like. It begins with you. That's you in the middle there. You become what we call a wealth engineer and a product owner here at DuePoint. And now you're not going out and selling. You're going out and just connecting people, just convincing people. Come look at this business opportunity. And the people that come watch this business opportunity, a percentage of those people will join DuePoint. They will join DuePoint out of necessity, right? And so in that example, you've got 5 people that have connected to DuePoint because of your efforts. And those 5 people are going to go out and do the same thing, right? You want them to duplicate your behavior because this is where power of duplication lies. This is where you can build a channel that becomes exponentially large because it's not based solely on your efforts. You can build an effective, resourceful team that will help you build a channel of distribution. And you are being paid for every single product owner that you see in your qualified channel up on screen. This is the asset that you build at DuePoint. This is the asset that you own. This is the asset that pays out income to you every single month. The next month you can sit on your bum and do zero, nothing. DuePoint's still going to pay you. Why? Because we pay you for the asset that you built, not for your activity. Right? So this is what channel distribution looks like. How do we pay our wealth engineers? It's through what we call our returns program. The returns program is what pays wealth engineers every single month. Yesterday, all our wealth engineers got paid. You got a good SMS yesterday. How many good SMSs do you get from the bank a month? 1 if you're employed, 2 if you're employed and you're earning a DuePoint return. Right? 2 is better than 1. Now you just got to get rid of all those debit order SMSs that you get every month too, and then you'll be on the right track. So how do we work out what we're paying our wealth engineers? We pay a base return fee of R27.50 for every product that you have in your qualified channel. Remember the first 5 individuals you introduced to DuePoint in our example. Anyone that you connect to DuePoint will fall on what we call your first point. That is your first point there, right? On your first point, we actually pay you 55 Rand for every product every single month. And so if you've got 10 people on your first point, that's 550 Rand that you're earning every single month. That's 6,000 Rand a year that you're generating for yourself out of this little asset that you've started. When those people go out and connect other people, we call that your second point. And on your second point again, you can see you're earning 55 Rand. If you had 100 people on your first and second point, how much are you earning every single month? 5,500 Rand a month. Who would like a 60,000 Rand check once a year from DuePoint? Right? I'll put up my hand, my feet. 60,000 Rand in annuity income, right? 100 people on your first and second point. And then as your channel starts to grow, you see the product starts getting further and further away from you. By point 8, you're earning 4% of the 27 Rand 50. But what's important to note is that we don't limit you at point 8. Your channel, and we've got wealth engineers who've got channels beyond point 30 already. We are not limited to point 8. That's why there's a little plus next to the 8. Because you can grow your channel beyond point 8 and we will keep paying you 4% from point 8 in theory to infinity. There's no limitation to the size of your channel. There's no limitation to how much money you can earn at DuePoint. One of our greatest aspirations at DuePoint is to create long-term relationships with you. Not 1 year, not 3 years, not 5 years, lifetime relationships. And so there's no limitation. So when you look at this business, you can say, I can invest the rest of my life into building a channel at DuePoint because there's no limitation to how much money I can earn at DuePoint. People still want to understand, well, in the short term, how much money can I join? How much money can I make? How much effort is required to build this thing called a channel of distribution? So we have this very accurate projection called the Path to Success. It is a 5-year journey with DuePoint based on a premise. The premise is that you connect 2 new people onto your first point every single month. So if you're able to connect 2 new people onto your first point every single month, and with some duplication, after 6 months you'll be earning about 2,500 Rand per month, right? The lesson here, the illustration that we always point out to people is that our business is not about just creating income for people. It isn't. You might be here thinking that's exactly what I want income. But we take it a step further. Our aspiration at DuePoint is to create wealthy people. Not people earning money every single month, creating wealthy people. How do you become a wealthy person? Well, one of the biggest tenets of becoming a wealthy individual is not having debt. If you can use DuePoint to leverage your position into a place where you don't have any debt, where there are no debit orders coming off your account, you become wealthy because there's very few South Africans that are debt-free, right? And here's a great illustration. Here's someone with a 1 million Rand bonded property, right? A 1 million Rand bonded property. Over 20 years at Prime Plus 2, your installment every single month is about 11,500 Rand a month. At DuePoint, after 6 months, you're earning 2,500 Rand. Now you're faced with a decision, which we're all faced with, especially as consumers. We're all consumers, right? What were you doing on Black Friday last year? I bet you were shopping. Maybe online you saw a couple of specials on Facebook. I bet you looked at something, right? We all think as consumers, we look at money and we give it spending value. How many of you thought you could turn 2,500 Rand into, in this example, I can turn 2,500 Rand into 900,000 Rand in the space of 11 years. But the mistake that I could very easily make is just increasing my lifestyle a little bit every month. take that 2,500 rand, maybe go to a couple of extra lunches every week, maybe buy a pair of shoes or a handbag for the ladies, whatever it is. You can spend 2,500 rand like that, can't you? But if you decide to put it into your bond, you can pay that house off, not in 20 years, but in 11 and a half years. That means you can buy a second house in 20 years. Who would like to own 2 properties? One property is not an investment. You living in your investments, not an investment. Second property. The second property is the investment, right? Help DuePoint get you to that position. DuePoint is the leverage towards wealth. And that's after 6 months. After 12 months, you're earning nearly 10,000 rand a month. After 2 years, you're earning nearly 28,000 rand a month. After 3 years, you're close to 50,000 rand a month. After 4 years, you're still connecting 2 people every single month without fail. You'll be close to 70,000 rand a month. And after 5 years in this business, a 5-year journey will take you to close to 85,000 rand a month, which is 1 million rand in annual recurring income. Throw your 60,000 rand check away and imagine getting an extra 1 million rand every year out of a business you're doing on the side. That's hard to believe, right? That's hard to believe. And this is academic. So let's throw the example away, the formula, and let's show you people that are doing this business. Because these are real people. You can speak to them, you can touch them, you can hear their testimony. So if you go onto our YouTube channel, you can hear and watch all the testimonies over the last 3 years of wealth engineers who have come into this business and have had success and different levels of success. So we don't only bring in the superstars, we bring in everybody. Whether you're ticking along nicely or whether you're one of the superstars that accelerate very quickly, we like to hear everybody's story. So this month we've showcased 2 wealth engineers. Here's Ntaseng, she's from Johannesburg. She's been in our business for 60 days. 60 days ago, she was creating nothing on the side. 60 days later, she's generating over 3,000 rand a month. That's like having about 700,000 rand in a bank account. If you had 700,000 rand sitting in a bank account, that's how much interest you could reap every single month. She generated it in 60 days. Why? Because she connected 21 people. When we said to her, grow by 2 a month, she laughed at us and said, I will grow by 10 a month. 1 million rand a year after 5 years? Where will this lady be in 5 years' time if she carries on the way she's going? Those 21 people have helped her find 77 people in her channel. Her channel is already at 6 points in size. 60 days. Then we've got George and Bridget Botha. They've just gone to rank 4 in our rewards program, so they are doing very well. 2.5 years in, they are just ticking by. George is a retired banker. They're living in Port Elizabeth, the good life on the beach. They've connected 15 people on their first point. Over 2.5 years, they're generating over 6,000 rand a month. Right? Because those 15 people have helped them find nearly 200 people in their channel. They didn't find the 200, they only found the 15. Do you see the leverage? You want to take advantage of leverage. Those 15 people better be good people, not desperate people. Good people. If you find good people, it's going to make your life much easier in this business. And so we've got thousands of people joining this business every single month. But you are at liberty today to decide what you want from DuePoint. Because the system is identical for everybody. Yet everybody does differently, right? You got to decide what you want to do. You got to decide the level of commitment, how much time you want to commit to this business, and what you want out of the business. What aspirations do you have? I want this presentation to open up your imagination, to let you dream again, right? Because our circumstances have pushed all of that down. I'm telling you, you can have whatever you want here at DuePoint. It is up to you. On top of the returns program, we have a rewards program. So this is additional benefit for our wealth engineers. When your channel starts growing and growing and growing every month, when it gets to certain sizes, we call those ranks, right? So George and Bridget Botha, they've just gotten to rank 4. The first notable rank where we give you something special is rank 5. Before then, you just get cash checks on top of your returns. At rank 5, we'll give you a business toolkit. Why? Because creating a good first impression is very important when you do business. Very important. That's why there's a thing called branding, marketing, advertising, right? Those are proponents of creating good first impressions, because when you go out and do business, people will look at you in your eye. They will look at the way you dress. They will look at the way you treat them. They will look at whether you look professional or not. Do you have business cards? Do you arrive on time? All these little things all add up to create trust. And only when someone trusts you will they listen to what you have to say. So this helps you, right? You are free to buy this merchandise when you start at DuePoint. And I hope you do, because for me, business cards are paramount. Rank 7, we take this a step further. We spend 17,000 Rand on one set of business cards for you. Who's ever seen 17,000 Rand business cards? I know we all see the 250 Rand business cards on the corner. These are 17,000 Rand business cards because they're handmade. They're much thicker than a normal business card. They've got gold around them. There's no ink on these business cards. Why do we do that? Because first impressions count for a lot. When you go out and you're trying to connect people to an opportunity, they mistrust you immediately. Immediately, they're not going to trust you. Then, when they see that you're professional, you have belief in the business, you've got 17,000 Rand business cards. Let me listen to what this person has to say. At rank 9, your prospecting will become even more successful, because at rank 9, you've got 1,000 products in your qualified channel. You're earning about 20,000 Rand a month, and we will take you every single year, we will take you and your family to our rank 9 international conference. It is 7 days away, an all expenses paid trip to a 5-star luxury resort every year, and we fly you and your family business class. You don't spend a cent this week. You get to experience what it feels like to take a holiday like a millionaire. A millionaire, right? So take a look. We've documented our last 2 trips. These have both been in Mauritius. The third one at the end of this year is also going to be Mauritius. I want you to imagine your toes in the sand when you look at this video. We have booked the resort already. We have booked British Airways business class already. We haven't put it in anyone's names yet because I'm still waiting to find out which rank 9s are coming with us this year. And if you don't make it this year, you can make it next year. If you don't make it next year, it's waiting for you the year after that. We don't reset you in this business. You don't restart at the beginning of the year or after a certain period. If you can just keep building your channel a little bit, you will get closer to whichever rank you want to get to. It is just about time and numbers. At rank 11, 2 ranks later, we spend R250,000 buying you a brand new car. Which car do you want? See, we've got two little cars at the bottom, a nice big car at the top. Whichever car you want. But the most important thing about the car that you get is that it's been paid for cash and you have no installment at the end of the month. We are trying to get rid of the debit orders, not add to the debit orders. Get rid of the debit orders. Right? So wealth engineers have got to rank 11 in 2 years. This is still early days at DuePoint. Remember, I said I want lifetime relationships. Our rewards program is designed up to rank 28. We're only 1/3 of the way in. What happens at rank 28 if you're getting a car at rank 11? Guys, I want you to have a long-term vision with DuePoint. Right? I know we're feeling pain now and you want money now, and we'll get onto that. I'm going to show you how to make money now. But I want you to have long-term vision and a long-term commitment, right? Because it's so worthwhile. Our business is very much built on the products that we've innovated. And the products speak to wealth again. The products are not separated from wealth. The products are designed to protect your assets, to protect the time and the investment that you've made in life. Perhaps not for your sake, perhaps for the sake of your family. So look at our products through that lens. The first product is Access Wealth. It's an investment and an insurance product rolled into one. The investment portion, so for 324 Rand a month, 100 Rand gets invested into a tax-free investment fund. You've got full access to that fund. You can withdraw it at any stage, right? And then the insurance aspect is 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident death cover. The beauty of our products is that they're accessible to everybody over the age of 18. The same price for everyone. We don't want to know about your health status. We don't care about your health status, right? Everyone can take the product out regardless of your age, and you can get in on the DuePoint system. The second product's Wealth Guard. This is only insurance. Only 249 Rand a month. You get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident death cover, right? And again, there's no age limit on this product. It starts at the age of 18. No medicals, no nurses, no questions about your medical history after a claim. Our third product is Family Wealth. Family Wealth is a funeral cover product, arguably the best funeral cover product available in South Africa today. Why? Because for 299 Rand, you get 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover. It covers up to an additional 5 family members. And you as the principal member also get 10,000 Rands worth of death protection. So not only do we have the funeral cover in place, but upon your death, we will also cover 10,000 Rands worth of debt or liability that you have. And you can increase your cover to 30,000 Rand as well as up to 10 family members. And again, there you can see it says no excluded pre-existing conditions. It doesn't matter what your health is, you can take cover with this product. With this product, you have to get in before the age of 70, but once you're in with this product, it becomes whole of life. So then you can live to 110, you'll still be covered by Family Wealth. Right? So that's our funeral cover product. And then finally, we've got Wealth Points. Wealth Points is 299 Rand a month, and what this product aims to do is lower your monthly expenditure. Think of all the things that you spend your money on constantly every single month, your cost of living every single month. What we've done with this product is we've gone and engaged with a number of businesses and negotiated discounts and services with these businesses. And we pass those discounts and services on to you. And so if you engage in these businesses, you will reduce your monthly expenditure every single month. Right? And we've tried to cover everybody. We've got airtime, we've got data partners, we've got car manufacturers, we've got health, restaurants, hotels. We've tried to cover everything, and we're always looking for new partners to add on here without increasing the subscription amount. And so this is a great product. If you engage with these partners, there's a lot of benefit to be had. So those are the 4 products. Simple, the same price for everybody, straightforward products, right? That all give you access to start making money here at DuePoint. For those people that need money now, which is all of us, we all want money now, right, is our Achiever Quest. Our Achiever Quest are in short-term incentives. A short-term incentive runs month to month, and it says to you, if you can connect a whole bunch of people in the same month that pay for their product successfully in the same month that they join, there is cash bonuses waiting for you. So if you can do 10 people in a single month who pay successfully in their same month, there's 5,000 Rand waiting for you. So we had a number of Achiever Quest winners last month. We've got one of them sitting with us here. Willem, he's in front. He got his 5,000 Rand check for doing business last month. On top of his return, on top of the rewards. If you do 20 new wealth engineers in a single month, there's 10,000 Rand waiting for you. And if you do 30 wealth engineers, so one a day, there's an extra 15,000 Rand waiting for you. And you can do this every single month. You want to boost your income by 15,000 on top of the returns, on top of the rewards every single month, you do it through Achiever Quest. Long-term incentive, we have the 365 challenge. So this is for the big, heavy hitters. The people that think and believe and want to become millionaires in 1 year with DuePoint. Because there are those people. Now you suddenly have to ask yourself, am I one of those people? Who wants to become a millionaire in a year? Everyone, right? That's an easy question. Well, what's required? Because it can't be easy. Right? It can't be easy. Well, what's the challenge? The challenge is in your first year at DuePoint, you have to connect 365 people personally into DuePoint. That's why it's called the 365 challenge. And if you can do that, there's about 1.4 million Rand in value over a 12-month period waiting for you. By this time next year, you could be earning 40 to 50,000 Rand a month. You'll have the business pack, you'll have the 17,000 Rand business cards, you'll have the rank 9 holiday, you'll have the car parked in your garage, and you might even be at rank 14, which means you go on the Mediterranean cruise every single year for the rest of your life. And you can do that in 12 months. And if you do it in 12 months, we'll give you an extra 365,000 Rand cash check to say well done. And if you average it by 30 people a month, we'll give you an extra 180,000 Rand through the Achiever Quest. 1.4 million Rand waiting for you. It's staring you in the face. You know who's leading this? Pensioners from Vanderbijl Park. So when people look at this and go, oh, I don't know, this sounds too hard. Don't tell me it's too hard. If pensioners from Vanderbijl Park can do it, surely we can do it. What's required? How do you connect one person a day on average? That's very simple. It's extremely simple. You just speak to 5 people a day. Tell 5 people about DuePoint. One of them will say, yes, I want to join. And so how do you fit that into your life? A reminder, our Bloemfontein encounter is coming up. If you want to build channels out of the Free State, I want you to have national channels. Not local channels. You must build your business nationally, right? Why? Because you can. Because you want to be earning returns out of every single province in South Africa. And here's a wonderful opportunity to start building that out of the Free State. Brendan is going down to Bloemfontein on the 20th of July. All that's required of you is invite people to this encounter. That's all you have to do. Invite 50, only 25 will arrive. We know how it is with human beings. Right? And so make a list as long as you can. Contact as many people as you can. Invite them there. Brendan will do the rest of the work for you. He will help build your channel in Bloemfontein for you. So what is the decision? The decision is a simple decision. And it's not about what you want. Because everyone wants money. Everyone wants to hit Achiever Quest every single month. Everyone wants 1 million Rand a year. Everyone wants to get to 85,000 Rand a month after 5 years. Those are simple questions. Those don't require anything from you. The decision that you have to make is, how do you fit DuePoint into your life? What are you going to do this afternoon to create wealth? What are you going to do tomorrow and the next day and the day after that? Do I really think